Hi, I'm Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And this is episode 33 of The Drop. We're doing a little bit different today because of the coronavirus. So
COVID-19.
We're out of the office. We're on the couch.
It's like 70 degrees out, so we're wearing singlets.
Yeah.
He's
jamming out. Are you sure you're in frame? Because you're sitting out there.
I'm pretty sure I'm in
So,
frame.
Robbie, we got a special sponsor today for this unique drop live that isn't live pre-record, but we'll be doing the premiere party for it. And who is that sponsor?
Well, since we're supporting our local businesses, everyone's like, get out there, order from your bars and your restaurants because they're closed. And they are, which totally sucks. So our sponsor today is Lighthouse Liquors here in Baltimore on Boston Street, just a mile away from here. One of the best beer liquor stores in Baltimore. Tomorrow, well actually today, since it's premiering on Friday, offering online ordering and free delivery, or at least delivery.
Yeah.
For all your Baltimore drinking needs.
That is nice. I love how Robbie says Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, go down Lighthouse Liquors, get yourself some Natty Boh.
They'll hook you up, hon.
Go root for the O's whenever baseball comes back.
Yeah. So, and we really appreciate the sponsorship because it's not really cash that we're taking today. We're going to be walking away with liquor.
Yeah, and I kind of wish I had it now.
We'll get to
make
it.
you feel better?
Yeah. So we thought, hey, we could not do the live show because of what's going on in the world. But then we thought, hell, we're bored at home.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to look at us being bored, and they can be bored with us.
And if you don't, sorry.
Yeah. But we're here, and we're going to do it. So, Robbie, let's kick it off.
Right.
What do we want to talk about first?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. We got some HOKA product, which if you've seen the gram, you've noticed a couple offerings that have popped up in the last couple weeks. Should we start with the crazy?
We're going to go to the funhouse mirror of shoes.
I forgot that we didn't actually talk about this in the drop last week, but you've seen the shoe. It's a complete... you probably can't even see our faces right now because it's taking up the whole frame.
And you're also looking at this going, what is this?
I'm dropping dirt all over Thomas's floor.
We got a vacuum.
So this is the HOKA TenNine. If you haven't seen this shoe, you're probably wondering if you're looking at a warped lens. You're not. I
mean, this is the only shoe that makes my nose look small.
It is. Dude, it's a crazy shoe. And when I first saw this shoe, I was like they sent it to us and we're like, this is coming out next week.
Don't tell anybody.
It's under embargo. Don't tell anyone. Of course, it got out there anyways. But I wanted to be excited, but I was also like, I literally checked the calendar. I was like, is next week April Fool's? Because
that would have been an amazing troll by a company.
Honestly, but it was like a month off. So, anyways, so this is a trail shoe that's meant for primarily downhill running, which is strange because you're like, well, I have to get uphill to go downhill unless you're at an aid station changing.
Yeah. I mean, Robbie ran this. I didn't run this. I've heard that it's actually not that bad on buffed out trails and stuff like that. Yeah. Uphill, downhill, either way.
Right. So on rolling terrain or not super steep terrain, it's pretty nice. It's definitely not for technical stuff because if you're coming down with this heel, on roots and uneven rocks, it's definitely
you catch a root that was behind you.
Yeah. Well, they tell you not to walk downstairs in these. And as I was walking downstairs, the first time I had them on, this got caught on the lip behind me.
You almost took a digger. So I got to ask, when you're running in these shoes and you're just doing your miles, do you feel like you've got a counterweight on your leg? Do you feel that?
So... I was kind of surprised. You really don't feel it just through your normal stride. Even on uphills, you're more on your toes anyways, so it's not really felt. On downhills, obviously you do, and it was pretty cool feeling. It was really fun actually. So,
do you think it's is this shoe developed specifically for something like Western States or something like that?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's meant for Jim Walmsley or someone who's doing something like that. But yeah, on more rolling downhills, it felt so basically what happens is instead of breaking the heel kind of when it hits first, it almost
springs
you forward. And because it's pretty flexible in the foam, I'm not going to do it and get dirt everywhere. But it basically like rolls you right up into your forefoot and then off, and it's honestly
It's a
pretty
fast
fun.
transition, yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean, you got to think that maybe they started developing this just out of fun, and then somebody was like, "I got to try it," and then somebody else in the office must have loved it, and next thing you know, you've got a production model.
I mean, it's so the weight is heavy. It's like 12.7 ounces for men's size 9.
But you're going downhill,
right? So when you're going downhill, it really doesn't matter. But if you are going uphill, or like I did a 7-mile run, and at the end, well, we were going up an incredibly steep, like 15-degree grade, but it was I was definitely like feeling the weight of them. But then again, I'm 130.
Robbie's talking about Gun Road in Patapsco, right?
Yeah, it's like this insane hill over outside Baltimore.
If you know it, it's like straight up, and I'd say it's a quarter to almost a half mile.
It's like half a mile long, and it's like at the end of a run, it's the worst thing ever, but kind of the best. So this was...
you feel like you earned your beer.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, this episode is sponsored to you by Lighthouse Liquors.
Which I'm actually thinking about heading out there tomorrow night, and getting like a few miles in the Nike Wildhorse.
Oh, that's good. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, but I don't know. The thing is that this shoe... well, first off, the upper, by the way, is really nice. I hope they kind of tie this into some other shoes. It's like very breathable and comfortable.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a vapor weave kind of upper.
It's really nice. Obviously, the cushion's ridiculous, but I'm hoping that, or what I wanted to say was, at this price point, which is like $250, it's honestly, I think that's insane.
Well, it's such a specific need shoe.
Right.
You're not getting this to run every trail. You're getting this for a specific, I want to run downhill. It's got to be on buff trail. So I kind of feel like $250 is expensive for that. But again, you're not going to use this shoe every day. This shoe, you're going to buy it one time.
Yeah. And I mean, if anything, you have a piece of like shoe history.
Yeah.
Like this will...
a lot of extra rubber.
This will go down in history for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know like what normal person is cool with paying $250.
If they find this in some museum like years from now, they'll be like, what was the use of this? I have no idea. But yeah, that's cool.
Anyway, so
there's a full review already up, right?
That's the HOKA TenNine. No, the first look was up. We still have to do the full review because Taylor and Matt just got theirs like today. Because they weren't in stock yet.
Cool.
So we'll have the full review hopefully like in the next week or so. But I guess we can move on.
You know who just texted me? Like he's always got perfect timing.
Let me
Jarrett,
guess.
how was the show?
Oh my gosh, that dude. Like,
yeah, be part of it or don't be a part of it.
Even when he's social distancing, he's not social distancing.
Yeah, we need to get him a bubble so that he can be on the show. I think he was, 2 is okay in these day and age. And Robbie and I basically live in the same house.
Yeah.
Robbie lives about a foot away from me. So if you get the COVID,
it's coming in this way, but it's like bed bugs.
Yeah,
it's getting through the walls.
There. So, while we'd like to keep total distance, maybe next time we're going to do this, we're actually looking into Zoom software. So maybe we'll resume the live show live, but do it over Zoom. We'll figure it out. That way Jarrett can be on it and he won't have to go, hey, how's the show going?
Yeah, I hope not, mainly because I don't want to talk to Jarrett.
Oh, you love Jarrett.
I love him. All right, what shoe do we want to move on to next? Do you want to go this way? Or
we can go this way and stay with the HOKA flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
All right. One of my favorite shoes. Stays a favorite shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no complaints. Ran in this one this morning.
So this is, what shoe is this?
Oh, I forgot to say. You should know my favorite shoes by now, but this is the HOKA Clifton 7. And
pass me that one.
Yeah, here you can enjoy this. I ran in this morning. It was great. I did some easy miles with a friend where we weren't concerned with pace, and the shoe just feels lovely underfoot, going at a nice moderate pace, a nice easy pace. And then, again, Megan shows up. She wants to do the last mile back to the house. Of course, she's already going at a certain pace, so if I want to go with her, I got to keep up with her. So we dropped the hammer and was running at for me is a faster pace, 7:30s, and then I finished up at 6:20. Wearing this shoe that rolls through my stride. It's not the lightest shoe for a size 9. It's 8.7 ounces or 247 grams, but it is. I just love it.
This has been, obviously this is one of the fan favorites of Clifton since the first version, which people, I mean, there's a reason they brought it back, the first version back last year.
And that was the thing. I found the 6 to be better than the original.
Yeah, okay.
I'm back on this.
Well, I know there was like a break where
there was the 5s and stuff like that. 4 and 5 I was not a big fan of. They brought the shoe back. It lost the weight. It feels, this upper is fantastic. It's got a little bit of this elf thing going on that some people are not loving so much. I don't notice it.
I mean, does it really matter except for the way it looks?
You don't notice it. And additionally, it feels a lot like the Clifton 6. It's mostly, from what I can tell, just an upper change. Excuse me. From the looks of it, it's mostly just an upper change. It's got the right amount of tongue. It's not too thin, not too thick. It's got a really nice heel counter and a plush feel around the collar. Breathable upper. And then it's got this HOKA bottom. And I was a little bit, like when we got the new Rincon, I had to assess, okay, again, do I dig the Rincon? Do I dig the Clifton? Again, Clifton is my champ. We're going to the mat with the Clifton.
And like a lot of HOKA shoes this year, hasn't seen a huge update, especially with their like core models. It's pretty much just minor updates, some stuff in the uppers, and then you got these like crazy ass like new shoes thrown in.
Yeah, you get some of their funk mixed in, but honestly, maybe some of these shoe companies are starting to understand if you got a good thing, write it out. Like this Clifton doesn't really need to change that much. If you want to try introducing other things into the line, you've got the little tweaks. Shoe lines used to be a lot more thin, so you'd have maybe 2 daily trainers, a stability shoe, and a fast shoe. Now you can have, a Rincon, you can have a Carbon X, you can have a Clifton, you can have a Bondi. Like there's enough that those variances you can try things out, so you don't have to ruin a shoe that people like,
right? To
move forward.
Now, let me ask you, because a lot of people out there, or just in general, had some problems with the midsole of the Rincon because it just got totally shredded. And when I look at this, it has more rubber up here in the forefoot, but there is a decent amount of exposed midsole. Is this more sturdy than the Rincon?
I mean, you're still going to see some wear on the bottom. This was like a 6-mile run I did this morning, and they still look pretty brand new. Where versus the Rincon, I already, after one run, I saw a little bit of shred. But the difference is today it was rain on the ground when I started running, so it might have helped a little bit with not creating too much abrasion. But overall, even on the Rincon, it does get chewed up. But this RMAT foam that they have, this heavy duty foam, if it gets shredded, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect the performance. Yeah, you may not like the way it looks, but I mean, look at this stack height. You got this much rubber. If a little bit of foam gets, sanded off because your stride's not perfect, you're going to survive. And the shoe's going to get the mileage. And I put a ton of miles on my Cliftons without having any issues.
And I mean, Megan, with the Clifton 6, she went through like how many pairs last year? At least two.
I mean, she gets free shoes to review, and the one shoe that she'll buy another pair of and spend our money is on the Clifton. She'll end up, she loves these shoes, and she ended up getting 2 pairs last year.
Let me get I'm trying to see when these come out for everyone. So this comes out June 1st.
Okay.
By the way, every HOKA shoe, unless it's like the TenNine, comes out on the 1st of the month. Yeah. So it's June 1st, and it's $130,
which for this shoe, I feel it's appropriately priced. Yeah. This is a shoe that you're going to be able to get plenty of miles on. It's a shoe that feels good through your stride. You can get big miles in this shoe. You want training miles. We don't know when the races are going to come back together. You want to be able to keep your body in good shape and do stuff. This is that shoe that after a speed workout, you put this on and give your body a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and to go along with that, we forgot to mention 5mm drop.
Oh, 5mm drop.
Which I believe is exact same as last year's model.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing a full rundown of the HOKA road shoes soon. So be prepared for that. We're just waiting on...
I think the Bondi is the only one.
Yeah, we're waiting for the Bondi, and then we'll do a rundown on the road shoes. Robbie's really loving the Carbon X SP.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
I like that shoe. I don't like it as much as this shoe. The rigidity of the plate.
Yeah, it's pretty rigid.
Yeah, it just takes a little something away from it. I really like this shoe.
Yeah. Is that a thing? What is that thing?
That's an alert.
Oh dang!
I don't know what just happened.
I feel like we're gonna be overtaken. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty exciting for the HOKA line.
Yeah.
Dude, it's weird. It's a weird vibe, like not knowing that people are actually watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like when I'm getting
normally we're talking and we know that people might be listening. You can ask us a question because guess what? We also aren't watching this right now.
Yeah.
We're sitting behind our keyboard watching the premiere with you,
Dude,
answering questions.
That's weird. I just picture myself, and it's like I'm talking to another version of myself.
Yeah.
Who's like commenting
in
on
the
this
future.
video.
Yeah.
That's trippy.
Impressive.
All right.
Yeah. Mind-boggling.
Anyways, it is.
All right. Hey,
that was good.
So that's the HOKA. Loved it last year. Update to the upper. I actually liked the upper update. I was a little bit concerned with the elf curl. I don't know. I don't really notice it. And I feel like in general, I stepped in front of the mirror before I went out, looked at them. I thought the shoe looked good on my feet.
It's a good looking shoe.
Yeah.
I like it. Honestly, let me see the
Plus, I'm 6'1" in these versus my regular 5'11"
I think
and a
this
half.
is actually, that I'm looking at the colorways that are coming out, I think this is the best one.
Probably.
Interestingly, the women's colorway, is going to come in something similar to this.
Yeah.
For the Clifton.
Yeah, I mean, I love a red shoe, so I'd go with the red one.
You do.
You can't go wrong with black.
The Torrent has the same colorways that yellow and navy blue.
Kind of wish they had a white, an all white. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All white with this off-white bottom would be slick.
It is like the thing right now.
Yeah, it is the thing.
All right, moving on to the thing. If we want to look at some of the nicest shoe of the year, which we peeped last week, I believe, for a little bit, the Nike Wildhorse 6. Man, this is such a good-looking shoe.
It's got the React foam, right?
Yeah, dude. It has the React.
Has the best pull tab I've ever seen.
It also has I think it has a Zoom AirPod, but I could be wrong. The pull tab is...
Yeah.
You know what though? It's not a good pull tab.
It's not.
It looks good.
It looks great.
Aesthetically. Look, try to pull up on that.
Oh no.
You can't get your finger. You can't.
You don't need to loop your finger.
I need the whole finger. I need to.
Doctor. Anyhow, I mean, here's the thing.
I could give him.
People kind of said that the Kiger last year, which you ran in, looked kind of like a clown shoe. We thought it was cool.
No, it's amazing.
And I think they stepped it up this year.
Totally
Like,
did.
if you didn't like that one, you're probably not gonna like this. You're gonna think this one's clown. But like the details in it, and you're gonna have to see our Instagram feed. Robbie took some great photos on his camping trip.
Spent way too much time.
Yeah, it looked like it was a boring camping trip because there was lots of photos of shoes. But you're gonna see like the pebbling on the Nike swoosh, like little details all over the shoe where it shows like how much. And I even love like it's got almost like a built-in gaiter.
Yeah, the collar's nice. It provides pretty good structure and stability. Although, okay, so I felt this, but the other trail reviewers said they were fine with it. But I felt like this rubber, like this yellow part out here on the heel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of rounded right here, right?
Yeah.
And I felt like that was, and like I prefaced in other videos, I have terrible ankles. I felt like that was kind of like rolling me a little bit.
Oh, weird.
And I don't know if that was just me or if it was just...
I don't know. Is this 8 on the bottom for 8mm drop?
It is, yeah.
Nice.
It's 8mm drop.
I mean, the traction looks like it'd be sick. I know you said you didn't hit any mud in it. But
no, the traction was fantastic in these. I loved it.
What type of race would you use this for? Like, would you go to like a hat 50K?
Oh yeah,
and rock this.
I mean, totally. You could go up to 50 miles or even.
You don't
longer.
think it's too heavy?
No, it's heavier. Like, but for a trail shoe, it's not crazy. It's like in the 10. I think it's like 10.5 ounces. So it's like that's pretty much most trail shoes out there.
Cool.
I mean, the Speed Goats, things like that, it's a lot lighter, maybe in the 9 range. But and then you do have the Kiger, which is that lighter. It's like 2 ounces.
Which you're
lighter.
reviewing both the Kiger.
Yeah, but the Kiger's like the same as last year. Upper's a little bit different. And I ran in the Kiger at the end of my 50 miler last year for like 15 miles, and it was a fast fast shoe, but not as much cushion as you're going to find in this one.
Okay, cool.
And I like a little bit more cushion in this.
Yeah.
Well, in the trails, I like more cushions. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone minimal and more maximal on the trails, and I find for minimal feels fun for the first few miles because you get that nimble feeling, especially on technical trails. But when you're pounding, I just make sure that's going. The battery on the camera died. So if this had been the live show, you would have gotten a different kind of feel, but we're just going to load it up anyway, just like that.
It's all good. So yeah, about the cushion, I do like some more cushion in a trail shoe, but I really don't think something like the Speed Goat 4, or like the HOKA trail shoes. I just feel like I cannot get a good feel of the trail.
See, and I love the Torrent.
Yeah, I haven't tried the Torrent, so I can't say on that. But in the Speed Goat that I've 3 and 4 that I run in, it's fine, but I don't love the feel.
It's not your thing.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So yeah, this is already out. So I forget how much it costs. I think it's like in the 160 range. But it's a really nice shoe, and our other reviewers have really liked it so far.
Yeah.
So that review should be up next week.
Let's roll on to the Provision.
Okay. All right.
Now this was kind of interesting. We saw this one at the running event, and the Altra team kind of gave us the lowdown on it. And as you could guess, Kara Goucher being there, she likes a little bit of a stability shoe. So I kind of feel like this shoe is almost made for Kara. Why do you need stability when you're a natural running, zero drop running shoe? You would think that your natural foot would do the work for them. But even there, they realized, so they came up that you might need stability. They came up with an interesting way to address it.
Yeah, so they have this stability section here. It's called the Innovarch, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's basically like these fingers, 4 different fingers,
like
3.
Imagine just on the medial side,
right.
There's like a hand coming up, so your foot comes in, and that arch thing wraps around it, and as you lace it, it kind of can pull your arch up from the inside.
Yeah, but it's basically only does it if you can see
you can see that
this finger here, and there's 2 other ones. So what it does though is it only adjusts if it needs to. So it's there.
Well, it acts it probably moves like independent suspension.
Yeah, there you go. So if you're not a pronator or supinator, I guess
you're finding it as well.
Yeah, it's gonna work for anyone.
It does have a little bit of posting in here. And have you run in this yet?
I actually haven't run in this. Jared, I believe.
Jared's been running it. He said he liked it, and he's got a wider foot.
We just got it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Now it does. Yeah, it does have this guide rail, this medial post here. Same thing. Supposedly, if you don't need it, you don't need it.
And both Taylor and Jared are raving about the midsole liner in this, or the shoe liner.
Yeah. So it's like
it's
the
textured.
Exactly. The insole has this nice bumps on it that just.
They were like, I'm not sure about this, but then both of them reported,
dude,
they are loving it.
It's a comfortable shoe. I mean, I wore it around the one day, and it's insanely comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't love Now I'm not gonna pass judgment because I haven't technically run in it yet, but.
The low collar.
I don't love a low collar. I had problems in the On Cloud Swift with that same issue, and this is I felt it was very low.
And Jared's saying he's having a little bit of an issue with that. And I was going to review the shoe, but Jared gets so few shoes because he's a wide foot, and Altra actually can sometimes fit him. And so he's actually doing okay. So I think it's a little snug on his wide foot. It's a regular size. It's what is that? A D?
Yeah.
A regular size D width shoe. So,
but Ultras are generally wider. I will say, and if anyone's noticed this in the last year or so,
it's these models.
They're slimming down.
Yeah, that wide Birkenstock foot shape is kind of getting more sleek down.
Yeah, and this isn't the first shoe we've seen it. What was
the Vihu?
Another shoe, maybe the Vihu, yeah, which we just reviewed this week.
Yeah, check it out online.
This is it's definitely lost that clownish type look, which I'm a fan of.
I'm a fan of it too. I know people want to say it's foot shaped and everything like that. For me, this gets closer to what a foot shape is rather than what they had before, which was more like that Birkenstock kind of like.
I guess maybe if you have super long fingers and you're doing a toe splay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Jared's final thoughts are on this, especially since it's got a white foot. You're going to get Robbie reviewing it, and we have Taylor out in Colorado reviewing it. And is Aaron?
I don't think Aaron is.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe she is.
I mean, we at least have 3 people running in it. And it's a nice change up for Altra.
And I think it's a good looking shoe. I don't know.
Yeah. I think overall their shoes continue to get better looking. And I remember when the first ones came out, and I know Golden was on top of it, but they really have cleaned up the shoes.
I'm still angry at the way like the Ultra Turin 3 looked. I think I don't know. It was like the worst looking shoe.
I like that one fine. But, yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
No, but that was in the past. Everything now is looking really nice. Wait, interesting. This is completely off subject, but there's no like name on the tongue, isn't that?
I wonder if this is like a pre-production model.
So? It might be.
I mean, this doesn't come out for a little while.
That's true.
But
yeah, I don't think I have the official release date on this just yet.
Yeah. Anything else you want to cover today before we let these good people go back to binging on Netflix?
Let's see. I don't think so, but if you do have any more questions, like drop them.
Yeah. We're here answering questions.
Which I'll have all the spec sheets up for all these shoes.
Nice.
So you can just
get Robbie all to get.
I mean, I guess nothing else really other than just trying to get through the whole COVID-19 coronavirus.
Definitely, stay safe. We're limiting some of our bigger group runs. We're kind of.
You canceled the Faster Bastards.
Yeah, we canceled officially canceled the Faster Bastards weekly runs. It's a really rough time. We're seeing races, and as a matter of fact, if you can take the time, some of us get angry at the races when they don't offer to just give us our money back when they can't put it on. Robbie authored a piece for Believe in the Run that basically kind of gives you an idea of what race directors are going through right now, and that they're not like these guys who are making tons of money off these race registrations and then
like pocketing it and like just pulling a Scrooge McDuck and
the shirts are purchased, the medals are purchased. Like these canceling a race can end the race for good. So maybe, and I'm not saying all race directors are good, but maybe just give them the benefit of the doubt that they're doing the right thing or doing the best that they can to get through this situation. We're so uncertain. Yeah. People are rescheduling races. I mean, we don't even know if the rescheduled races are going to go off.
Right, yeah. Even the Boston Marathon in the fall, we still don't know. Yeah. And especially with race directors, a lot of times we think, oh, we're paying $125 for this race. Like, what am I really getting out of it? And just talking to them, it's interesting to hear. I mean, most of the time, it's a small business. It's like 2 to 4 people. For larger races, maybe 10 people. Yeah.
It's not just a dude with a stopwatch. Going, hey, start over here, go over here.
It is crazy. Like, dude, I'm going to be honest. I always thought like the police presence at races was just like something my tax dollars paid for.
No.
Nope.
Not at all.
And you're talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars for police, just for the police.
I mean, we live in Baltimore. We know nothing here is for free. No. I mean, they got coronavirus. They're still writing parking tickets. It's like, they're gonna get their fees. And I don't necessarily begrudge the police when we put on an event like this, and you request special services from the police. We should have to pay for it.
I'm just saying, you had. I think people don't realize that often. That
all these costs.
The race is paying for that, and it's a lot. And especially with the medals and things like that. I mean, you got to order that 6 months ahead of
shirts. I mean, marketing, all that stuff. All those financial things stack up, and the last thing that there's no race director that doesn't want to put on his race,
right? Because that's how.
And when they get canceled, next year. People wait longer to sign up for the race. They do that. So support your races. When they come back, go out, sign up for stuff.
Put on those add-on items at the end of the register.
Donate to the charities. Like let's have this running community come back strong. Let's show people that, you know, while we can't race right now, we can keep up our fitness, we can keep our sanity, we can get out there, we can get some miles. Even if I have to start running in a hazmat suit, I'll do it. You know, some of us are fortunate, have treadmills and this and that, but just keep trying to get out there and keep pushing. And, you know, we appreciate having an audience and having you guys here. We get to do what we love, which is geeking out on shoes. Like today, you know, I hadn't seen Robbie because we've been having this home offices for the last. Came over. I couldn't believe how much fun it was to just go out and shoot some shoe footage.
Oh,
like, yeah, it's just. We're doing this because we love doing it, and it's fun. It's a blessing that you guys are watching and come out and appreciate it. Do us a favor, keep watching, subscribe, smash the like button.
Yeah.
You know, follow us on Instagram, talk to us on Instagram, join our Patreon if you want.
Yeah, honestly, anything you can do, even if it's just watching or liking or talking about us, like that helps, because this is it's a small part of like how this whole enterprise exists with Big Run Media and Believe in Run, but it is like part of it. Like it helps us carry through, you know? So like,
and if you live in Baltimore, you may want to order some liquor from Lighthouse Liquor.
Do it.
So we'll put a link in the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a feeling they're not going to deliver to like Ohio, but
who knows? Because the owner or the manager is from Western PA, so he might
drop
some off.
He'll drop it off for you
if he's out there.
Yeah. So do it. Hey, we hope all you are doing well, getting in your miles. So until we can go back to live and be in the studio, which we hope is sooner than later. Enjoy yourself.
Yep. And see you later.
Peace.